And first, exhale. Deep exhalation first. Then do deep pranayama, at least 4 times. Okay. And focus the mind only on the breath. So no other thoughts be entertained. Pranayama, when done correctly, will have multiple benefits. It will ensure that you have a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy life force, prana. So the mind is fairly relaxed and the body is also relaxed. Raise the thought from the breath to the supreme principle that is governing even the breath. By using Upanishad mantras, it is easier for the mind to dwell on the supreme principle. Otherwise, it's very difficult because the supreme principle has no name, no form, no taste, no color, nothing. So, you have to use Upanishad mantras to do dhyanam on the Brahma Tattvam or Atma Tattvam. Shrotrasya shrotram manaso mano yat vachoha vacham sav pranasya pranaha chakshushas chakshuhu atimuchya dhiraha vedyasmal lokadamrita bhavanti. So, supreme principle as Sat and Chit, existence and consciousness, is the principle behind all functions. Shrotrasya shrotram, the ear of the ear. Manaso mano, the mind of the mind, means the principle of existence and consciousness behind the mind, the substratum of the mind. With vachoha vacham, one cannot speak without consciousness. So pranasya pranaha, the life force itself cannot exist without supreme principle. 𝐒𝐵𝐢 Mahabaho, don't forget, Bhagavan is told in Gita that he is the principle behind the life force of every living being. Chakshusas chakshuhu atimuchya dhiraha. So, eyes cannot see without consciousness. And one who knows the supreme principle will what? Pretya small loka damrita bhavanti. Pretya, after the extinction of this physical body, will attain immortality. That means what? No more rebirth for one who understands supreme principle, which is Brahma Tattvam, which we learn through the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. 𝐒𝐵𝐢 namaha hari om vakratunda mahakaya surya koti samaprabha nirvighnan kuru me deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुस्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्महम्। ओम। All of you chant loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunmanti Dimyaistamaihi Vedai Sanga Padakramo Brihadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Basthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha देवाय तस्मै नमः। ओम श्री कृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। श्री सरस्वती नमः। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। श्री भगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता सप्तमोऽध्यायः ज्ञानविज्ञानयोगः। ॐ नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अंडमं व्यक्तसंभवम् अंडस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। Let's chant Shloka 8 and go forward. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Rasohamapsu Kaunteya Prabhasmi Shashi Suryayoho Pranavas Sarva Vedeshu Shabdah Khe Paurusham Nrishu. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Hardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session on the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Jnana Vijnana Yoga presents the ultimate truth, the reality, the real nature of Bhagavan. That is the ultimate reality, ultimate truth that one needs to know, knowing which everything becomes known, knowing which nothing remains unknown. How? By knowing one thing, everything will become known. You tell me, anybody? Vimalvi, Brahmatam, you're in US, good evening. Okay. How? By knowing one thing, everything becomes known. It is possible because that one thing permeates everything. Now you see, there are two ways of answering this question. If you are intelligent, study Vedanta for a long time, you will get at least two answers to this question. Kaspenno Bhagavo Vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati. How? What is that? Knowing which everything becomes known. If you know what? If you know one carbon molecule, right? Everything out of carbon, you will know that it is got carbon. Yes or no? Similarly, Brahman as what? The supreme principle. It's got two natures. Now go back, all forgotten. What are the two prakritis? Para prakriti and apara prakriti. Para prakriti, consciousness principle, existence principle, principle of anandam, sat chit anandam. And apara prakriti, the matter principle, bijam, avyaktam, what? Māyā tattvam, trigunatmikam. Okay, so all should know. Once I say this, you should know what is it. It's a matter principle. So Bhagavan initially explained that he is the creator, sustainer, and dissolver of the universe. Okay, point one. The second aspect that Bhagavan has started from sloka number 8 is Bhagavan permeates every entity as the matter principle. You got it clearly now? Bhagavan permeates all, because anything that is matter should have some matter, right? And that matter is nothing but what? Para prakriti or apara prakriti? Anybody? Let's see if you are in the class or not. Apara prakriti. Very good. And as para prakriti, Bhagavan will give indications in some places as you study all these shlokas. So what Bhagavan told? He is like the Omkara Tattvam that is permeating the entire Vedas. Pranavaha sarva Vedeshu. See, he didn't say there is no ivakaram, not as if. It is an absolute reality. Pranava sarva Vedeshu. Just like, what is Pranavaha? Rajasagar, you should know the meaning. Sometimes it's Pranav, no? Okay. So, Pranavaha, that means what? Omkara Tattvam. I gave a definition for Pranavaha in Taittiriya class. I'll give it again sometime later. Why is Pranavaha Omkara called as Pranavaha? There is a Yuttati further. Anyway, as Omkara, it permeates, Omkara permeates entire Vedas. How did I explain that to you? Omkara Tattvam expanded is Vedas. Clear, eh? Ma came from the three Vedas. So when you say Om, it means that's why chanting Omkaram requires special what? Rules and regulations. Correct? Everybody cannot chant Omkaram at any point in time. Nowadays there is fashion. Satish Nischal, yoga ಮಾಡುವಾಗ Omkara ಹೇಳೋದು. Dalla tappu. All this is wrong. So please understand, Omkara is a very, very powerful mantra, should be chanted in a particular way. You cannot keep on walking and chanting, doing yoga and chanting. No, absolutely wrong. So, Pranavaha sarva Vedeshu. So here Bhagavan is saying that the Omkaram is what? Permeating all the Vedas. That means what? It is the essence of all the Vedas. Elsewhere, Bhagavan will say that the Omkara is the greatest mantra among Vedas. When he talks about his Vibhuti, he will say that Omkara is the greatest among Vedas. And so for people who are very studious, write down. Kalidasa also uses Omkara in Raghuvamsham, LV sir. He says, Vaivasvato Manurnama Mananiyo Manishinam Asin Mahikshitam Adyaha Pranavas Chandasam Iva. Pranavaha Chandasam Iva. See how nicely? So I say, if you study Kalidasa, you get the essence of what? Sanskrit, Upama, and what else? All our scriptures, or Raghuvamsham, beautifully is written. So, just like Pranavaha, Omkara Tattvam among all Vedas is the greatest. He's using the word greatest here, not the permeating principle. Manu, Manu Chakravarti was the greatest among all kings. So for people who are today, you can refer that. Now, continuing, Bhagavan says, Shloka number 9. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Punyo Gandha Prithivyam Cha Tejaschasmi Vibhavasau Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu Tapaschasmi Tapasvishu. Have you learned this shloka already? Have to learn? Anybody? Huh? Okay, chant. Saudamani chant. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Punyo Gandhah Pruthivyam Cha Tejaschasmi Vibhavasau Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu Tapaschasmi Tapasvishu.
Very nice. Chant together. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Punyo Gandhah Prithivyam Cha Tejaschasmi Vibhavasau Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu Tapaschasmi Tapasvishu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So in the previous shloka, Bhagavan talked about Prabha Asmi. What is Prabha? Prabha means what? The radiance, the light principle. That's why Prabha, Prabhakar, Prabhavati, all those names you keep, no? Means epitome of light. Here Bhagavan wants to mention about heat. Light and heat are two aspects of what? Anybody? Fire. When you say fire, it should have two things. One is light, one is heat. That is why Agni is very important. It's got both the principles. That's why when you every day light the lamp, lighting the lamp is a very sacred activity. You have to do a lot of bhakti. Like that. So Bhagavan is talking about the heat principle and importantly also the fragrance that is there in all entities, especially in the earth. So earth is the first principle where you get the taste, but also there is a fragrance. So Bhagavan says, there is a fragrance in the earth. That principle I am. Bhagavan says he is the heat in the fire. So there is some heat. Just like there is heat in fire, there is heat also within the body. As anybody know? Imagine how there is some constant temperature maintained within the body. In spite of all the misuse, abuse we have about the what? The physical body. We keep on eating something, doing something with the body. But there is some constant temperature. Dr. Rangarajan, tell me, what is the tolerance limit? Just within plus minus 2 degrees. If it goes up and down, you're in danger. You see how correctly it has been maintained. Huh? So Bhagavan wants to mention the fire. The fire, Bhagavan, he says the heat, but also wherever is the fire principle, it is not just the physical fire. Anything that has got heat, Bhagavan is the principle behind that. All these are what? Para Prakriti, Apara Prakriti. Quickly. Madhu, you tell me. Huh? They're all Apara Prakriti. Correct. Matter principle. Matter itself is so great. Now you see, there'll be one time bomb Bhagavan is going to give later. Huh? He's building up. Always you build up something to be very, very, very great. Then one more aspect will come. And Bhagavan then says, I am the life of all beings. How is Bhagavan the life of all beings? So pranasya pranaha. Just now we chanted, no? Life is there in all beings, right? Pranaha is there. But that pranaha cannot exist or function without what? The existence principle. And say Bhagavan says the life principle. What does it mean? Para prakriti, apara prakriti. It is para prakriti, life in all beings. I am the austerity in ascetics. He wants to give some examples. So tapasvis, they have the capability to do tapas because their what? Their matter principle within them. They are also got physical body like all of us, correct? But Radhasagar, people who are tapasvis, they also got matter physical body, but it has got special principle. It is able to regulate, be disciplined, do austerities properly. That discipline principle is also Bhagavan. So Bhagavan wants to mention, see, some of them are characteristics, some of them are matter principle, some of them are existence principle, and Bhagavan wants to explain various aspects that supreme principle permeates all entities. That's how, knowing one entity, supreme principle, everything becomes known. Look at the Padavibhagam. 8 PVA is done. Anybody can confirm? Shloka 8. Shloka 8 PVA is done. Not yet done. Huh? Done or not done? Some people are saying done. 8 is done. Put in full. No? Shloka 8 is done. Okay. Done for it. Now we'll do Shloka 9. Punyaha gandhaha prithivyaam cha tejaha cha asmi vibhavasau jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapaha cha asmi tapasvishu. Now Anmaya. Cha punyaha gandhaha prithivyaam asmi tejaha vibhavasau. Vibhavasau, which vibhakti? Saptami vibhakti. Vibhavasau. Jivanam sarvabhuteshu cha tapaha asmi tapasvishu. Clear? Now, look at the individual meaning. Cha. Cha means what? Moreover. Continuing. See, from Shloka number 8 up to 12. Okay, Bhagavan explains the aspect of the supreme principle permeating all entities, living and non-living beings. I know, break down. Shloka number 8 to 12 is the permeating aspect of supreme principle. So, cha, moreover, that means continuing from Shloka number 8, punyaha gandhaha. I am that what? Fragrance, sacred fragrance. It's not normal. The original fragrance that you get from the earth. Mandvasanai, they say, no? Anybody heard in Tamil? Nah. The special smell associated when it rains. First rains come, you'll be able to smell that. Anybody? Nowadays, no time for all these things, correct? You're all busy. Huh? So, Acharya Shankara says, punyaha surabhihi gandhaha prithivyam cha aham. The pure odor. It is not all the unnecessary mixtures that come along with earth. It is the pure odor of the earth. You should go and smell that. You will get only when the first rains come. Entire dry mud, some waterfalls, you'll get that. So Bhagavan is saying that doesn't mean that only that odor is Bhagavan. That is not an indication. Indication is just like the odor is permeates the entire earth. Acharya Shankara clearly says, Tasmin mai gandha bhute prithivi prota. I told you ota and prota. Remember, prota means what? I gave you the example of a weaving principle. Warp and weft. Strung together. So all principles which explain the permeating aspect of Bhagavan. Please understand. So, see, everybody does makki ka makki punyo gandha, spell in earth. The real meaning is not that Bhagavan is the pure odor of earth. Just like the odor permeates the earth, Bhagavan permeates all matter principles. Hope you're understanding properly. We got the idea? So, and Acharya Shankara also further says, Punyatvam gandhasya svabhataha eva prithivyam darshitam abadishu rasadehe punyatto upalakshanartham. So in that also the pure aspect is what Bhagavan wants to mention. I told you, when you resolve all the matter principles to the fundamental matter, Māyā tattvam, it is bereft of all the impurities. That is why the punyaha is underlined. Underline the word punyaha gandhaha. So, cha punyaha gandhaha prithivyam asmi tejaha vibhavasau jivanam sarvabhuteshu cha tapaha asmi tapasvishu. So, Moreover, I am the fragrance, the pure fragrance, the pure odor, Prithivyam, the earth. Then what? 1, 2. Asmi Tejaha, I am the heat. So how does the heat principle come? Tasmadva hetasmadatmana akasha sambhutaha akashad vayuhu vayoragnihi. These are all the principle of creation, the elemental principle. So I am the heat, asmi tejaha, what? Vibhavasau, in fire. Okay. Then third aspect, Bhagavan says, Jivanam. I am the life principle. See, that is when the consciousness aspect manifests to the physical eye and for cognizance or no, unless something moves, something reacts, something what? Produces some reaction, we are not sure it is conscious or not. Yes or no? This is how we mistake. Sometimes, no, some rope for a snake. Nah, we say it is a snake. So what do we do? To find out is rope or snake, what should you do? In the dim light, there is something curved. So what we do? Even if you put light, no, that is one aspect. Some Buddhiman, Brihaspati, use a stick, Rajendran sir. Long stick you use and you touch it. Then you will know whether it is moving or not. Correct? Life principle indicates movement and reaction. So that is the first what? Manifestation of consciousness where some reaction comes. So Bhagavan says, Jivanam. Where did Bhagavan say Jivanam earlier? Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho. Connect sloka number 5 with Jivanam. Sarva. He's reiterating that. Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu, in all beings. That means what? In an ant, the life principle is not different from the human being or some other entity. In all entities, the life principle that is there is Bhagavan. And Bhagavan also mentioned special quality, tapasvishu. Just like Paurusham Rishu, he told, something special he wants to leave at the end of every sloka. Among tapasvis, people who are ascetics, who takes to the disciplined way of life. Unlike all of us who are all generally indisciplined. Correct? So Bhagavan told in the 18th chapter how indiscipline creeps into all of us. And the tamas nature is very high, then it becomes indiscipline. Look at the beauty of the matter principle. Rajas, tamas, sattvam. Correct? And the tamas is very high, person becomes indisciplined. And sattvam is very high, person is tapasvishu. So tapaha asmi. Cha tapaha asmi. I am the austerity. Tapasvishu, all saptam vibhakti in ascetics. Clear? That means what? If you want to become very disciplined and ascetic, you need Bhagavad Anugraham. Bhagavan's aspect is manifested in that. Especially he wants to mention, because we don't focus on normal things, yes or no? Normally something existing, we can say, can you say Bhagavan is there in that? We ignore, right? So only when special aspect is mentioned, we recognize Bhagavan. And continuing sloka number 10. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi Tejas Tejasvinamaham.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi Tejas Tejasvinamaham.
Very good. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi Tejas Tejasvinamaham. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now you may think, so when you sow a seed, what happens? Some shoot comes and it becomes tree. So unless the tree gives a new seed, there is no seed, right? Seed has got converted into the tree, yes or no? Nah. In creation, there are many theories. Now Vedanta. People are just scratch your head. Kiran Goguraju. Parinamavadam is one particular vadam. That means what? That entity which has got converted into another entity. Once something gets converted into some other entity, the original entity ceases to remain. Yes or no? Pardon, serious. I understand what I'm saying. Suppose you have milk. Well, I don't think you are doing, but your mother will do. You convert into curd. Nah, you do or not at home. Nowadays, no, people don't do that. They only buy curd from the shop. So, what happens? When the milk gets converted to curd, what happens to milk? Can you get the milk back? Tell me, anybody, any Brihaspati can do it? It is called what? Parinamavadam. That means what? Converted. The original matter got converted into the new product. The cause got converted to the effect. Are you getting the point? Radha Sagar, very deep, very subtlety is there. First, I'm giving the basics. So, if Bhagavan is the creator of the universe, Harish, are you understanding? If Bhagavan got converted into the universe, the conversion principle called Parinamavadam. Parinama means what? Converted. Then Bhagavan will cease to exist. Yes or no? As the Apara Prakriti. Everything got converted, right? I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. Correct? That is why Bhagavan is saying one wonderful statement here. Hey Arjuna, know that I am the eternal seed. Eternal causal principle. That means when some other effect appears, the cause is not lost. The cause is not removed. Are you getting the point? So that is why Bhagavan says, Sanatanam Bijam. That is why you need Anvaya. You know, Anvaya will understand. All will study Makika Maki Bijam, Sarva Bhuteshu. Bijam is somewhere, Sanatanam is somewhere. Sir, no. So Bhagavan says, I am the eternal seed of all. That means what? Continuously creation keeps on happening depending on the karma phalam of all the beings. Continuously creation happens. And so Bija means the originating source is never lost, doesn't get converted. Like conversion happens in many aspects, correct? Not only in what matter principle, other conversions happening. So don't think just because matter is appearing, no, effect is coming from the cause. This supreme cause, the causeless cause, the universal cause is never lost. It's never what? Decayed, never diminishes. So Bhagavan, I am the eternal seed of all beings. So not only small insect to the super Jambavan, everybody, Bhagavan is the eternal seed. Then what? There is some intelligence principle behind all entities. Only problem is we don't work to improve the intelligence. Right? Basic intelligence Bhagavan is given for everybody. What we do? People take that and use it in unnecessary aspects. If you use it in the right way, you can lead it to achieving great things, both materially and also what? Get Atma Jnanam. So Bhagavan says, I am the intelligence principle of the intelligent people. Once again, some special aspect Bhagavan wants to bring out. If somebody is brilliant, what do you say? He has got God's grace, correct? Some small boy chants entire Gita from memory. What do we say? Definitely this person has got blessings of Bhagavan. That means what? Bhagavan's special aspect is manifesting. Yes or no? Do we say or not? So any intelligence aspect that is there, that is present in us, it is a manifestation of Bhagavan's what? This intelligence, what principle? Para Prakriti, Apara Prakriti. Homework you should do. Which is Para Prakriti? Which is Apara Prakriti? Intelligence, Apara Prakriti. Because intelligence cannot function without consciousness. Please understand. Okay. Then there are some people who are very, very bold people. They are never scared of anything. Correct? How do they get the boldness? Boldness also is an aspect of what? The matter principle, apara prakriti Bhagavan. So, these are all special aspects. And what? Acharya Shankara wants to continuously mention that it is a permeating principle. What permeates the entity? Every individual, so if living being has got intelligence, intelligence permeates. It's not just one portion that intelligence is there. It's there all over the wherever. People are not able to understand where is intelligence comes from. Where is the brain? Where is the mind? Scientists are struggling. Bhagavan is making simple. I am the intelligence of the intelligent people. I am the boldness of bold people. So people are bold. The boldness comes from what? The matter aspect of Bhagavan, that is apara prakriti. Look at the padavibhaga anvaya. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi he partha sanatanam. I said only sanatanam should be connected with bijam. Please understand. Buddhihi buddhimatam asmi tejaha tejasvinam aham. Now look at the anvaya. He partha vidhi mam. Everywhere Bhagavan vidhi. Vidhi means what? Vidhi means no. This is all jnana margam. So you will say any in bhajana, nama sankirtanam, na? Bhagavan is eternal seed. Bhagavan is intelligence. No. So that's why you have to sit down and viveka shakti. Viveka vijnanam you should have. Vidhi mam, know me as what? Sanatanam bijam. Write down the eternal seed. That means what? There is no question of something getting converted and getting lost. So here the seed is eternal. Janmadyasya yataha. All of you on camera. So not camera on. My God. Queen Ramakrishnan, Gita Ramesh. Attentively listen on the cameras. So in Brahmasutram, second sutra, Janmadyasya yataha, that principle which is the what? The cause for the creation, sustenance, resolution of the entire universe. Which is what? Two things are there in that. One is the matter principle, another is the consciousness principle. Here, what? Sanatanam bijam, eternal seed, is the matter aspect of Bhagavan apara prakriti. Then sarva bhutanam, of all beings, what? Vidhi asmi. What? Sarva bhutanam vidhimam, know me, so continue to know me, vidhimam, what? Buddhihi asmi buddhimatam. I am the intelligence principle of the what? People who got intelligence. So whoever you see has got excellent intellect. You should know that Bhagavan's special manifestation is there. Know that the vidhimam has to be continued everywhere. Vidhimam, buddhihi partha, what? Buddhihi partha buddhimatam. Similarly, vidhimam, know me as what? Aham tejaha. Tejaha means what? Tejasvi means what? Person is what? Lot of bravery. Very bold person. Boldness among what? Tejasvinam. Among all the bold people. Among the bold people, I am the boldness aspect. So, that means what? Does it mean that the act of sleep that is there in sleepy people, where does sleep come from? That is also an aspect. Are you getting what I'm saying? Mrityunjay Raval. Here, Bhagavan wants to mention something that you'll appreciate. If somebody is always sleeping, you're not interested, right? Somebody is bold, you'll be interested. So, boldness of the bold. So, Bhagavan is mentioning certain aspects. That means what? Even the characteristics. And how do the characteristics come from? Where from the different aspects of character come from? Anybody, quickly. Gunas. Very good, Vinakshi madam. 3 gunas. Rajo gunam, tamo gunam, sattva gunam. From that, so all these, anything that is characteristic, then where should you connect immediately to? The 3 gunas and Māyā tattvam, matter principle, apara prakriti. Clear? The rule should be very clear. Continuing. Sri Bhagavan Vacha balam balavatam kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava.
Sri Bhagavanuvacha Balam Balavatam Chaham Kamaraga Vivarjitam Dharma Viruddho Bhuteshu Kamosmi Bharatarshabha.
Very good. All together. Sri Bhagavanuvacha balam balavatam kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshabha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So before we begin the next shloka number 11, there was one question that was posed some time back. Venkat Sitaraman asked this question. Is the Jiva Tattvam, the life principle, is only coming from Bhagavan, or humans can create life principle? Nah, correct? Venkat Sitaram, that's the question, right? Can humans create Chetana Tattvam? So, B.K. Nagaraj is already nodding his head. Correct? You know that? Dr. Rangarajan. Tell me, can humans create a natural heart? Rangarajan doctor, can you create a natural brain, a natural kidney? Can you do? Humans cannot even create a natural organ. How can they create what? Chetana Tattvam. It is impossible. First, consciousness cannot be created by human beings. 1. 2. Life force, can it be created by human beings? Life force can be propagated. You cannot create the inert entity and Jim Bumba create life into it. No human being can do it. Mandravadi, somebody, some people who have a mantric power, they'll do something, right? They used to say in all our Purana Idihasas, right? Some rishi was there, very powerful, Ganesh Ramurti. He will take one entity, put some water on that, it will become living being. Correct? Only for, that is all told in stories. So please understand, consciousness principle is not under what? The realm of human beings. As also life principle. You can only propagate life principle. You cannot create life principle. Human beings are able to create life principle. What would happen? What would happen? Tell me. Chaos, right? Nah. Rutuj will create one kind of force. 𝐤𝐴𝐷 will create another kind of living force. Correct? It will all happen only in your computer games. It cannot happen in real life. Please understand. So, the aspect of what? Reflection of the consciousness, a very, very subtle principle. See, consciousness is there everywhere. It is not that Bhagavan is creating consciousness. Consciousness is there everywhere, but the ability to reflect consciousness, that is where the life principle's origin is there. Very sukshma, Ramesh Venkatesan. You don't even think about all these things. How does life manifest? No time to think about it, but good question. So human beings cannot get into this area. Towards the end of Brahmasutram, Vedavyasa gives one special sutram for this. LV sir. A Jnani who has got also Upasana Shakti, what? Can create some new worlds for the sake of people like Vishwamitra created Trishanku. But the Jnani or the Upasaka with great Shakti cannot create newly another universe. Are you getting the point? Creation, fundamental creation cannot be taken over by anybody other than Ishvara Tattvam. Within that, you can create something like you take a place, which is a remote village. You can construct houses, make it a town or a city. That much you can do. Yes or no? Similarly, using nature, this lot of Shakti, somebody can create a new world. That means what? New environment. Just like you take a normal earth and create a city, somebody can create something from that, something that is existing. But somebody cannot create something newly. Please understand. You can only modify things that are around you. So, pull is clear, no? Life principle and consciousness are something that is exclusive, coming from the supreme principle. One is what? The life Prana Shakti. Prana Shakti by nature is matter, but the consciousness behind the Prana Shakti is the higher nature, Para Prakriti. So continuing, Balam Balavatam Asmi. So Bhagavan wants to say, I am the strength of people which is free from desire and attachment. That is one full sentence, not two separate sentences. Okay, it means what? People desire and people are attached. Okay, there's also some strength. See, Bhagavan wants to point out the exclusive nature of the matter aspect. It's not that no others are not, but by pointing out this, Bhagavan wants to say that this matter aspect, apara prakriti, permeates all living beings. So, of the strong people, I am the strength. People who got strength, which is free from desire and attachment. That means what? The aspect of Vairagyam. Bhagavan wants to point out Vairagyam, 𝐒𝐵𝐢 I told you, no? Which is the real source of Abhayam, the boldness that is there in the previous shloka, that comes from Vairagyam, free from desire and attachment. There is a strength. See, by strength you achieve what you desire, you try to achieve something what you get attached to. But the real strength is when you are able to be without it. And you understand what I'm saying? See, when you got strength or capability, you can what? Suppose hot summer is there. You can pay money, buy AC and put and enjoy. But it requires different kind of strength to withstand the temperature and not, go for bhogam. Bhogam means what? Enjoyment. Clear, huh? How to bear. So, which is free from desire. And so, Bhagavan wants to say that Vairagya Bhavana that is there in, they are very strong people. Actually, people over Vairagya are very, very strong. Yes or no? It's easier to yield to all the desires and attachment. Is it easy or not? Nah, suppose you are on the road, going on the road. Nah, there is one famous, if you come to Koramangala, Nagaraj, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಬೇಕರಿ ಶಾಪ್ ಇದೆ ರೈಟಾ that floor does all wonderful items. Anybody who goes on the road suddenly goes into it. They are pulled automatically by that fellow, whether you want it or not. Correct? It requires a lot of what? Ramesh, next time you come to our home, I'll take you there. You see, at least don't want to go visit, but people get pulled. So the desire and attachment is there. It requires special willpower to not indulge unnecessarily. So Bhagavan says, this is strength. So it is not a physical strength. Bhagavan, this physical strength is there. All this, what kind of Japanese they do, sumo wrestling also it requires strength. Who is actually the real stronger person, who is free, who is able to what? Not fall to desire attachment, or a person who is only physically strong. Please understand, physically strong people can be taken away in no time. Whereas people who got tremendous willpower, free from desire attachment, has got a special strength. So here of the strong, I am the strength is free from desire attachment. And importantly, now you see. So what? Having desire is wrong. Is that what? Is that what you will conclude? So before you can conclude that having desire is wrong, Bhagavan says, any desire that is not opposed to dharma. So this word you should read carefully. Madhu. Dharma aviruddhaha. It's not dharma viruddhaha. Dharma aviruddha. What is viruddha means what? Opposed. Aviruddha means not opposed. So any desire not opposed to dharma. That means what? To make it very simple. Anybody can make it simple. Dharmic desires. I am what? The nature of dharmic desire. That means what? You do always know sankalpam, right? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, chaturvidha, phala, purushartha, siddhyartham. Any activity you do which is involving dharma, the dharmic desire, Bhagavan says, Don't worry, that aspect is a special nature. So, at all you have desires, have dharmic desires, don't have adharmic desires. So, so what are the aspects? Bhagavan mentions two things. One, of the strong people, I am the strength. But here the strong people are not the physically strong, but the people who are mentally strong. And this mental strength makes them free from unnecessary desires and attachment. Unnecessary. What you put in bracket. Whereas Bhagavan says, if you won't have any desires, you can have what? Dharmic desires, because Bhagavan says, I am the desire which is not opposed to dharma. So any dharmic desire, so I want to know more about our shastras, I want to do more japam, more dhanam, which people don't want to do anyway. Three things Bhagavan has told, what? Yajnaha, dhanam, tapaha. More and more you involve in that, they're all dharmic activities. What is tapaha? I told you some time back, tapaha. What is tapaha? Tapas. Huh? Tapasa brahma vijignasasva. Studying Vedanta Shastra is tapas. Tapas has got various meanings. Satyam tapaha, anashtan tapaha, brahma vijignasasva tapaha. Tapas means not only not being fasting. Okay. Tapas, also speaking truth is tapas. Satyam tapaha. This is tapas suktam is there. What all is tapas, it says. In that, one of the tapas aspect is studying, because speaking truth 100% is difficult, correct? Nah, can you always be what? Without food? Anashnan. Anashnan means what? Not eating. Suppose they say, tapas is only not eating. Then what you will do? Sir, I cannot be tapasi, sir. Huh? Because I want to eat, correct? So what is the best way? Tapasa brahma vijignasasva. Brahma vijignasasva. Work for brahma jnanam. That is tapas. And what you can do slowly. You cannot get brahma jnana in one day, right? Every day study, at least 4 times a week. Study Vedanta Shastra. That is tapas. Clear? That is what Bhagavan told here. So when you are involved in dharmic desires, tapas, what? Yajnaha dhanam tapaha. Bhagavan says, I am of that desire. Clear? Is the PVA clear for this? We have to do PVA, no? PVA we have to do, right? For shloka number 11. Balam, balavatam, asmi, kamaraga vivarjitam. One word. Dharma aviruddhaha. Write down. There are actually, the Sandhi Bhaga is dharma plus aviruddhaha. It's only one word. Dharma viruddhaha bhuteshu kamaha asmi he bharatarshabha. Clear? Now look at the Anmaya. He bharatarshabha. So he's calling. In every shloka you see he partha, he bharatarshabha. He's calling, because by the time you go on listing, whenever listing comes, people get sleep. Arey, another point, another same list, you get sleep, right? So he's calling again and again. So he says, He Bharatarshabha, Balavatam, of strong people, Balam Asmi, I am the strength. You have to pray to Bhagavan to give you the strength. See, I sometime back I told you, what is the right prayer to Bhagavan? Nah, people say, please give me this, give me money, give me position, give me health, give me that, right? You know what is the right prayer? Write down today. In English, I'll tell you. No, not faith and all. Write down today. First is, Bhagavan, give me the strength to control what is controllable. Correct? We try to enter areas where we have no control. Son, we land in trouble. Correct? First point, first prayer. Second prayer, give me the strength to withdraw from things that are not controllable. Yes or no? Will we? We always go and enter area where we don't have any control, and finally we'll try to control that or change that, do something, acquire something that is not acquirable, go behind something. Second prayer is also very good. So give me the strength to control what is controllable. Give me the strength to what? Withdraw from things that are uncontrollable. The third is the most important. What is that? Give me the Viveka Shakti to understand what is controllable and what is not controllable. You understand? The last line is more important. Unless you know what is under your control, what is not, what is beyond your control, you will not be able to live a very harmonious life. Today, what is happening? You are trying to get into things, areas where control is not just controlling. Control is acquiring, possessing, desiring, all those things. So when we go behind something that is not what possible, we end up in a mess. Correct? Huh? Similarly, what is impossible, we are trying to enter into the areas. So we should be very clear. That is the real Viveka Shakti we need to have. Bhagavad Anugraham is when you are able to spend all the time in things that are under your control. So Bhagavan here says that what? Of the strong, I am the strength which is free from desire and attachment. So dharma viruddha is one word I told. Okay. Hey Bharatarshabha, Balavatam, the strong, I am the strength. Kamaraga vivarjitam. Very important. Which is free from desire and attachment. That means what? Unnecessary desires, unnecessary attachment, where we cannot finally achieve. Yes or no? If you got what? Desires are infinite. Can we achieve all the desires? Vijay Raghavansi, you tell me. Where is the Viveka Shakti in knowing? Yes, you should have desires. Bhagavan is going to say, desires not opposed to dharma, I am of the nature. That Viveka Shakti is important, free from desire and attachment to the desire. What? Bhuteshu, in all beings. Kamaha asmi, I am the desire. Dharma viruddhaha. So, how should you break this word? Dharma plus aviruddhaha. Not opposed to dharma. I am that what? Kama, desire. Dharma viruddho bhuteshu. Kamosmi bharatarshabha. Very, very powerful shloka. So, wherever you see strength, free from desire and attachment, wherever you see the dharmic desire, when into progress religiously, spiritually, that aspect, Bhagavan says, all these are what? They're all matter aspect or consciousness. Which aspect of Bhagavan? Para prakriti, apara prakriti. Matter. Very good. Now, Bhagavan wants to put a summary. Okay, you also are getting bored, right? How many things Bhagavan is going to say? So let us go to the next topic. So Bhagavan concludes this topic with a summary, shloka number 12. Sri Bhagavanuvāca echaiva sattvika bhavaha rajasastāmasāscha matta eveti tan vidhi natvaham teshu te mayi.
Sri Bhagavanuvāca ye chaiva sattvika bhavaha rajasastāmasāscha ye matta eveti tan vidhi natvaham teshu te mayi.
Very good. All together. Sri Bhagavanuvāca echaiva sattvika bhavaha rajasastāmasāscha ye matta eveti tan vidhi natvaham teshu te mayi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Underline the word again, vidhi. So here Bhagavan is going to mention two important aspects. It's a very summary, is a very powerful summary. One, Bhagavan says that all these different states of mind, what? Kama, raga, then what? Balam, all these things, Bhagavan, intelligence, buddhi, every aspect that you have been seeing in the last few slokas are different aspects of the mind. What? Boldness. Where is the boldness? Physical boldness. The mind, right? Everything on the mind. So all these states of mind are aspects of what? Anybody quickly? They are nothing but aspects of matter principle. And matter principle is what? Trigunatmikam. Sattva guna, Rajo guna, and Tamo guna. I keep on saying why These three gunas are very, very, very important. So all these characteristics that you're seeing are all nothing but what? Aspects of the three gunas. And now you should be now more clear. Where is these three gunas arising from? The three gunas are arising from the Māyā Tattvam, or fundamental matter principle. Now go back to the, no. Mind is a manifestation of the three gunas. Now please understand. In the mind, the three gunas are manifested. The three gunas owe their existence to the matter principle, which is Māyā Tattvam Trigunatmikam. I keep on saying. Triguna Atmikam. Can you see? Three means three. Both in Sanskrit and also in English. Three guna atmikam. That which is threefold characteristics which has got is essence. So all these, Bhagavan is saying very clearly, know all of them to be born of me alone. This Trigunatmikam Māyā Tattvam, where does it come from? It doesn't come from Big Bang theory. Matter doesn't come from Big Bang. It doesn't come incidentally. Doesn't come accidentally. It has come deliberately from the fundamental matter principle, which is Māyā Tattvam, which is Bhagavan, what? Lower or higher nature? Para Prakritiya. Which nature it is? Apara. See, that's why should be very sharp in this class. Apara Prakriti. Now, this is one important aspect. That means what? Not only the physical matter, write down, what should you learn? Not only the physical matter comes out of the lower nature, Māyā, Bhagavan, the characteristics which manifest in the state of mind, in the qualities, in the individual, in the character of the individual. So many aspects that are manifested. Bhagavan told, no, if you go back to the sloka number, 5, I think, right? Go to sloka number 5. Ahankara, see, Khammano buddhirevacha, kham manaha buddhihi evacha, ahankara iti yamme. So that's why Bhagavan told not only the gross matter principle, the origin, but also the subtle matter principle origin is from the lower nature of Bhagavan. So these are all manifestations of the subtle nature. Matter can be gross and also subtle. Are understanding now? Radhika understood. We all matter means the thing is gross matter. Subtle matter is there. That is what is the gunas. They are all born from Bhagavan. So clear? So far clear? Ramesh Venkatesan? What is the first equation of this sloka number 12? All matter principle, both the gross aspect, especially the subtle aspect also, is what? Born from Bhagavan's lower principle, which is called as Apara Prakriti. Then some time back, the foundation I gave, Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti, we made 2 columns. Venkat Sitaraman did the what? Table and gave you. In that, there was something that was mentioned. Apara Prakriti is called Paratantram. The lower nature is called Paratantram. The higher nature is called Swatantram. The lower nature, Māyā Tattvam, is called dependent. Whereas the higher principle, Para Prakriti, is independent. Yes or no? Forgotten. Now, anybody remembers? Now, Bhagi, you remember? The table you keep. That's why you give all the table in the beginning itself. Without that, you okay. So, Bhagavan is now making you aware again that what? Beautiful. This is a very tough sloka to understand. So, pay attention. Last 2 minutes. So, no, all these characteristics, Rajo Gunam, Tamo Gunam, Sattva Gunam, is born of me. So, that Bhagavan means what? All these three Gunatmikam, right? Bhagavan says, I am not dependent on them. Look at it. Now, Vimal, it is born of me, but I am not dependent. That means what? There is a higher nature. See if they can understood now? When Bhagavan says, I am not dependent on them, what does it mean? I means here, write down. The Para Prakriti, the higher nature of Bhagavan, is independent of the lower nature. The consciousness principle is independent of the matter principle. Are you understanding? So much of depth is there in this sloka. Not only that, it is Nischal, but they are dependent upon me. The three gunas, the Trigunatmikam, Trigunatma Tattvam, Māyā Tattvam, matter principle is dependent on the consciousness principle for existence. Are you getting what I'm saying? Tough to understand. Radhakrishna Purnjida. What is the second principle from this particular shloka? The matter principle is dependent on the consciousness principle, but the conscious principle is not dependent on the matter principle. Understanding? That means two independent entities. Now look at the next thing. Why is the world called as seemingly existence or Maya or Mithya? Can two independent entities who are different nature, can they coexist? Tell me. Suppose I give one tiger and one sheep. Say both of them should coexist. Is it possible? Anybody can make them exist together? Two different principles, right? Because one will take the other away. So the beauty of the creation is these two principles coexist, seemingly coexist. Tamah prakashavat viruddha swabhavayoho. They are like light and darkness, but correct? Are you getting what I'm saying? Or very complex. The matter by itself cannot manifest. The consciousness by itself cannot exhibit. Look at it. Both have to seemingly coexist for you to look at the universe, enjoy the universe. So what happens? With great difficulty, all this coming, then everything appears, universe appears, then we appear, then physical body, mind, everything, life. And then what happens? We get into this, what is happening in life, and so get drawn away by the seemingly existent world which doesn't have real existence. So the matter has got dependence on Bhagavan. That is why I keep on saying, anything that happens in the world, if you pay 100% reality to it, it can be extremely exciting, extremely happy, or very sorrowful, very disappointing. What will happen? You are getting unnecessarily cheated, swayed away, because it is transient. Entire thing is happening in the world is transient. Only one principle that is permanent. Brahmaiva Satyam. There is only one principle. So you stick to that, know that, then what happens? Whatever happens in the world is what? B.K. Nagaraj. Natka, natka, natka. Like a play. So what happens? Play, ella play, comedy. Some people go and want to watch comedy, serial, comedy, drama. Somebody wants to see tragedy also. Some people like tragedy. I don't know why. In the tragic movies they want. Both are only different, nothing but drama. So understand this clear. Very important thing Bhagavan is saying. They are dependent on me, but I am not dependent on them. So what is the take home? The money, the position, the power, whatever you got. All those things are dependent on me. But I should not be dependent on them. Are you getting what I'm saying? The car, the bangla, the position, the money, everything that having this, they will be dependent on me. Are you understanding? It's a very subtle thing. How many of you really understood? Tell me. I will not depend on them. So think about it. Think about it for one more, at least 2 days. Saturday we'll come back and revisit this. But it's a very, very, subtle but very powerful Bhagavan is giving, which is what? So difficult for us or no? Is it easy? Easy to say, but it's very difficult to practice. Bhagavan is saying, do everything that you can, because they are under your command. You can control them. But you don't become dependent on them. They can be dependent on you. Are you getting? Anybody understood? Tell me, at least 2 people. Have you understood this? Not only when things are going fine, when things are not going fine, and things are not going in the right direction, even then you should know what? I will not be subject to the vagaries of Māyā Tattvam, matter principle. Everything around it is varying. Clear? Now think about it. We'll come back after what? In the Saturday, Saturday evening class. We've got another 30, some more time. 2 days to think about it. Come back. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Who's chanting? Gita Samvatsara Vaibhavam. Lakshmi Narasimha.
Namaste everyone. I'll be in chapter 5, sloka 21 to 27. Om Sri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Ata Panchamodhyayah Sannyasa Yogaha. Bhakya Sparsheshva Saktatma Indatyatmani Yatsukam Sabrahma Yoga Yuktatma Sukhamakshayam Yehi samsparshaja bhogaah dukkhayo-naya-evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha shaknoti haiva yassodum praksharira vimokshanat kamakrododbhavam vegam sayuktassa sukhi naraha Yontas sukontararamaha tatantarjyotirevayah sayogi brahmanirvanam brahmabhuto digacchati labante brahmanirvanam rishayah kshina kalmashah chinnadvaita yadatmanah Sarvabhuta hite rataah Kamakroda viyuktanam Yatinam yatachetasam Abhito brahmanirvanam Vartate viditatmanam Sparshan kritva bahirbhahyan Chakshushchaivantare bhruvoh Pranapanau samo kritva nasabhyantaracharinav. Namaskar. Thank you.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Very nice. So only small thing, all of you should definitely be aware. Rishayaha, you should stop. Okay. It is a visarga before Shakaram. Rishayaha Kshina Kalmashaha. Sloka number 25. And today only we discussed what? Adyantavantah kaunteya nateshu ramate buddhaha. Sloka number 22. Now every chanting sloka you should go and revise. Can you all put a round on 22? Yehi samsparshaja bhogaha dukkhayo-naya-evate adyantavantah kaunteya. That means what? Got a beginning and an end, whether it is good or bad. That is why the principle from what to so what to what next. Have that very strongly in the mind. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsate. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu. Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu. Tyayeta Narayana.